Hello dolls and Dorks, this is Kianara and Jerry and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to do the second part of the Never Have I Ever BJD Dolly tag here on YouTube. This tag is created by the amazing Nerdydollgirl here on YouTube. I will leave a link to the official part 2 video and the official part 1 video of this tag in the description box below. Go and check it out. It's just so much fun. And I myself have already done the first part of this tag. And I will leave a link in the description box below as well if you want to check that out. See me answer those questions. But yeah, the first part of this tag was so much fun to do. And the moment I saw that Nerdydollgirl uploaded a second part, I was like, oh yes, I'm so going to do that. I want to do that because I just thought it was a lot of fun to do. And yeah, Yuri here today is with me just to keep me company and for you to have something pretty to look at while I answer and ramble on with these questions. Part 2 of this dolly tag, the Never Have I Ever dolly tag has, let me see, I have a laptop here with all the questions. 18 Never Have I Ever questions all about dolls. And I'm just going to go right into them with question number 1, which is, never have I ever regretted a doll purchase? Yes, I have. I have bought dolls in the future, in the future. Oh, that's not possible. I have bought dolls in the past that I might have regretted and ended up selling like a month or 3 later. It has happened because sometimes you just see a doll and like, oh my god, he is just so pretty or she's so pretty and I want to have that doll, and then you get it and you start working on it and you start customizing it and you start thinking like, oh wait, do I have a character for it? Who is he going to be or who is she going to be? And I'm like, crap. And this has mostly happened to me with female dolls. I'm just not good at bonding with female dolls. Yuri, what the hell are you doing? He's just going all over the place. There, good boy. So yeah, it has happened, and like I said, I have had this problem with female dolls a lot, and in the past with USDs as well. I'm not going to say I'm not ever going to buy a USD anymore because I'm actually planning on buying a USD again. Oops. But yeah, it has happened. It has happened, and I'm sure it will happen in the future sometime again because you just can never really be sure on how you're going to bond with a doll once it's here. Because yeah, like I said, I like to customize my dolls, and sometimes I think a doll is very pretty when I see it in a picture online or something, and I think like, oh yeah, I can so totally do something with that, and then this doll comes in and I'm like, that's not quite what I thought it was going to be. I've had that with some of my latest dolls. But yeah, it has happened. It has, and like I said, I think it might actually happen once or twice in the future as well, which is fine. I'm fine with that because it kind of goes with the hobby, I think. And yeah, if it just doesn't work out, I am honest enough to say okay, you're gonna have to go because I'm going to buy a doll which does work. So yeah. Second question, never have I ever reinvented a doll? Reinvented a doll. I don't think I have. Reinvented. I'm not sure what that means. In what context I need to say that. If I have reinvented a doll, I have reinvented characters. Which I made characters like way back in the time and then ended up like not being able to bond with that character anymore, selling the doll, and then after a few years you're thinking oh my god, I actually kind of missed that character. That has happened. It has happened, for example, with Aiden. he was a character that I had way back in the day, and I kind of outgrew the character a little, or actually more, I couldn't really bond with the sculpt anymore, and I just was so frustrated with that character that I just said like, okay, I'm just not going to buy him anymore. And then after a year or two, it started itching again. Like, I do really miss Aiden as a character. I miss him as a doll. And yeah, I ended up getting a new Aiden. And you probably, if you watch my channel, you know Aiden. He's my Mono D rich doll. And I kind of gave him a little bit of a twist to his character, because his old character didn't quite fit in with the rest of my dolls anymore. But yeah, that's how I kind of reinvented the character Aiden, so to say. Yeah, that sometimes happens, that I reinvent a character, that I change something to make it work for me again. Okay, question number 3. Never have I ever regretted selling a doll, clothes, or wigs, etc., etc., etc. And if you see a cat coming by, it might just so happen because he's right here screaming at me. Yes, I have regretted selling dolls in the past. There he is! Told you so! Kitty! Oh, that was a scary close-up of my cat! You're a really sweet kitty, but you gotta go. I'm making a video. You go sit there in that cubicle. That's fine. I regretted selling a doll. Yes, I have. I have regretted selling a doll in the past. Like, sometimes there are dolls like, oh my god, I miss that character. But those are moments that I think like, oh, that character, he was really pretty. And then I start thinking about it. And in the end, I kind of always come back to the same point of, yeah, he was pretty and he was cool while it lasted, but I couldn't do anything with it at this moment. So if I start thinking about it and really think about it, I always come back to the point that it was better for me to sell that doll. And is my camera is easy? Is that better? Yeah, that's better. Hold on. I think my camera's falling down. Yeah, that's better. Better. Next question. Never have I ever slept with any of my dolls. No, I haven't. And the reason why is I am kind of a sleeper that goes all over the place. I'm not the one that just lays down, falls asleep and wakes up in the same position. I toss and turn and my arms go flying all over the place. My legs go flying all over the place. If I sleep with a doll, I'm always afraid to bump them off the bed or damage them or something like that. And the fact is, I don't sleep alone in my bed. I have a boyfriend and he doesn't like me sleeping with my dolls. And actually, I don't want to. I love my dolls, don't get me wrong, and I can understand why people do sleep with their dolls. Don't get me wrong, I can understand that, but for me, it is not something I would want to do. So no, I have never slept with any of my dolls. Next question is question number 5. Never have I ever hit a doll I just bought. No. I have never hit a doll I just bought. No. Not that I can remember. I'm thinking real hard right now. If you hear something creaking, that's my brain. No, I don't. No, I haven't. Not that I can remember in any place. So no. Simple question. No. 6. Have you... never have I ever entered a doll competition. Photos, clothing, etc. Yes, I have. I have done so on multiple occasions. And I have actually won. One time, which was really fun. The one time that I won was in a local forum. Online was the Epic Realm forum. Which is a Dutch BJD forum. And there was a competition, a complete styling competition. And I entered that with one of my dolls. And I ended up getting first place, which was absolutely amazing. I'm still proud of that styling and that doll to this day, even if I don't have it anymore. Because it was a very, very, very pretty doll. But that's all it was. And I like to have connections with my dolls. And I just didn't really have a connection with that doll. So he's not with me anymore, but I'm still a little proud. I can say that. I can say that, right? And I'm a little bit proud about that, of winning that. And I have entered other competitions as well. There's a monthly or 2 monthly. It's not really, it's more of a challenge than a competition. I do that as a photo challenge that happens on that same forum that I always enter and try to do my best. You can't win anything. You can win the fame of winning that challenge. Something like that. But I do enter that just because I think it's a lot of fun to do. And it kind of gets the creative juices flowing, so to say. And I have done that. I have done that in the past. And I think it's always a lot of fun to do. Next question. Never have I ever bought a doll I said I would never buy. Yes. I have bought dolls that I have said to have never buy. Wow, my English is a little bit off today. A little bit. I have bought a doll that on first hand I would say I didn't want. And one of those dolls, for example, are all my 3 little rebel dolls. I can remember my best friend by getting her first little rebel doll, a little Rebel 7. And I was like, yeah, perfect. She's just pretty. But she's not quite of my style. I don't like the shape of the mouths. And I always was upfront about that I just wasn't my cup of tea. But I thought that she had a very pretty one. But I would never get one for myself. And now I have 3 little rebel dolls. And I want a 4th one. I don't know what happened. Yeah, I do know what happened. It's just my taste has changed over the years. That is what happened. And I'm just now starting to see that the sun is starting to shine. Hold on, because my camera is not liking that. All right, we're back. Yuri looks like he's seen a ghost. Poor boy, have you seen a ghost? Anyway, where was I? Let me see. Never have I ever bought a doll I said I would never buy. I think I just answered that one, didn't I? Yuri, what's wrong with your leg? Alright. Really good. Really good. Next question is, never have I ever taken my dolls out in public all the time. I don't care. I don't care what other people think of me. I enjoy doing things with my dolls. I don't mind taking them out in public. I go to a local church ruin, which is here in my little village, just basically around the corner. I go there a lot to take pictures with my dolls, and I've been to forests. I have even been to a graveyard. Call me crazy. I know I am. Just a little bit. Just a tiny little bit. I have taken them into cities. I have even taken them across the ocean. I do take my dolls whenever I go on a holiday. Like, for example, we taking our tent out to camp. I will always take a doll. I don't care. I really don't care what people think of me. As long as I have fun. As long as I can enjoy my own hobby. I don't care. And usually 9 out of 10 times I always get really positive feedback from people who see me with my dolls, and they always come up and, oh, what's that? And he looks so pretty, and tell me more about it. And then you just get a little bit of a talk out of it, and people usually really appreciate the dolls, because people can see that you put a lot of work in them, and that they aren't just not your average Barbie doll or something like that. I have never really had any bad experience with it. And of course I take my dolls to cons and stuff like that. So yeah, I do take my dolls out in public. Next question is number 9. Never have I ever given my doll a mod. I have. I actually did that just a few days ago. I shortened Rowan his neck because he was a little bit like a giraffe, like, and I just shortened it a little bit, and I have sanded my dolls all over the place. I have done some mods on hands, and I have done mods on feet, and I have done mods on eyes and stuff like that. I'm not afraid to use my Dremel. If something is off or isn't quite right or stuff like that, I am not afraid to use my Dremel or sanding paper to get the result that I want, to get the doll that I want. I'm not afraid to do that. Not at all. Question number 10 is, never have I ever spent more money on my doll's wardrobe than on my own. All the time. All the freaking time. Yes, I do. My doll shoes are 9 out of 10 times more expensive than my own shoes. The shirts and pants that I buy for my dolls, I buy $35 pants for my dolls, and my own pants just cost $10, for example. All the freaking time. But for some reason, finding good quality doll stuff is just more hard and more expensive than finding human clothes, because I can just walk down the street and find a shop that sells clothes for really cheap. So I think that also has something to do with the fact that some things are more expensive, because in most cases they are harder to make than human clothes, because it's also freaking tiny. And yeah, it just, in general, it is harder to find, and the cost of making it and stuff like that it takes a long time to make tiny stuff, and you have to take that into consideration, that you also pay someone for the time they spend making that. Not just only for the materials, but also for the time that they spend making those items. Because I get paid by the hour too when I go to my job. So yeah, I get paid for that too. So someone who makes doll clothes or shoes and stuff like that for a living, of course they get paid for an hour they work on stuff. So I think it's only logical. And sometimes making doll stuff just takes up a lot of time, and it's such a nitty free tiny little job to do, especially on the smaller you get, the harder and finicky it gets to make stuff. So yeah, I spend more money on my doll's wardrobe than I do on my own sometimes, but I do also make a lot of stuff myself, which evens out the more expensive things I buy. Because I myself, I suck at making pants. I tried a gazillion times, but I suck. I just can't make pants. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I can't make pants. So yeah, I buy pants, and I don't buy pants for dolls. I'm really picky with pants. They have to look good and they have to fit right, and so I tend to spend a little bit more on my doll pants than I do on my own. But then again, I'm Dutch. I get my clothes in sales because we are cheap when it comes to ourselves. We can spend a lot of money on pets and stuff like that, but we can be very cheap on stuff like that, like clothes and stuff. And I myself am pretty cheap at that. I love a good sale. I always go shopping when there's a sale going on. And the next question is number 11. Never have I ever wished I could trade clothes with my dolls. No. But that has mostly something to do with the fact that all of my dolls are boys. There are a few items that I think that would make it, that would be awesome to have as well. But I have never ever wished to take on a complete look from my doll, like I want that for myself. I dress my boys 9 out of 10 times, my boys up in a way that I like to see guys wear, I think. Does that make sense? That I just dress them up like I like this style of men, so I'm putting my guys in that, but I'm not a guy, I'm a girl. So no, I have never wished that. Although I would not mind having a shirt like this, like Gary is wearing right now, because it's absolutely adorable, and it's cupcakes and ice creams and stuff like that. I want that too. Okay, confession, I want that too. Number 12 is, never have I ever lived vicariously through my dolls. Probably a little, I guess. Maybe just a little bit. Yeah, I think I have. Yes, I have. On multiple occasions, I make stories for my dolls of things that I think like, oh, that would be so awesome if that ever happened. And so yeah, I have. I do work in things in their stories that I think are very awesome if that would ever happen to me. So, but I have also worked in things in their story that I think of like, I hope that will never happen to me. So, in a way, I have lived vicariously through my dolls. Yes. Number 13 is never have I ever had a crush on a doll, either your own or one you'd wish you'd owned. And a real crush on my dolls? No, I have never had a real crush on one of my dolls or a crush on somebody else's doll. I do cherish some of my characters and I do love some of my dolls, but not in a way of ever having a crush like, oh my god, I'm head over heels in love. No, I've never done that. And I do love them, like I said, but that's not like in a crush or I'm in love with my dolls. Next question is, never have I ever had to lie about how much a doll costs or is worth. No, I have never had to lie about that. I'm always honest about what they cost. And they just cost a lot of money. It's true. And why would I ever lie about that? I have nothing to hide. I don't. And the most important thing is that my boyfriend knows just how expensive they are. And then I spend a lot of money on this doll at points that I buy expensive dolls. He knows that. But on the other hand, he has an expensive hobby as well. He's had expensive hobbies in the past, like archery and paintball and stuff like that. So we kind of both have an expensive taste in hobbies. Does that make sense? Yeah, so no, I have never lied about how much a doll costs. Never. Never have I ever overpaid for a doll. Yes, I have. Just because I wanted it that bad. I have. And then I get the doll and I'm like, oh, might have paid a little bit too much. But it was so worth it because I love him. Something like that. Yeah, I have. Do I regret it at times? Maybe. Because sometimes it just doesn't work out and you think, oh my god, this doll is amazing. And then it just doesn't work out. But I have overpaid a few times. But mostly I only do that when I really want a doll badly. And that's the only reason I do that. And then question number 16. Never have I ever gotten into a fight on social media about a doll or a doll company. No, I tend to just ignore topics like that can cause potential arguments. I am like, I don't want to be in this whole drama community, and I just want to fight over stuff. If somebody asks advice about a company and I have something to say that might help them, I will. But if people start to argue with me, yeah, that's not true, then I'm just like, that's just my experience. I'm not going to say anything else. I just told you what my experience is. Deal with it. I'm not going to go into an argument over my experiences or my thoughts or something like that. I just don't want to do that. It just is like, that's not what the hobby is for me. I would just want to enjoy my dolls and have fun with the people who are in this hobby. And I'm not looking for arguments. I'm just looking to have fun and enjoy things. Mostly I ignore subjects that could possibly entail arguments. I just don't want to get into that. I'm not up for that. The second to last question, first to last question? No, number 17. Never have I ever put my doll in less of a safe pose or in something unsafe for them like water or for amazing photos. Yes, I have. I have balanced them on trees, on rocks and ledges. I actually have a story about that. I used to have a OSD, was a boy and girl Loretta. And we went to Dover Castle. And they had this really pretty wall with an amazing view on the background. And I was like, I'm just going to put her on that ledge. And she'll be perfectly safe. There was no wind or something like that. And she will be safe. There's nothing going wrong. Yeah. I wish I hadn't done that. And she kind of tumbled over the edge. And there was... just on the other side of the ledge, there was another ledge about 1.5 meters down. There was another ledge, and she landed on that tiny little 15 centimeter ledge. If she hadn't landed on that ledge, she would have gone straight down the cliff. yes. Yes, I have put my dolls in danger. I wouldn't likely be able to put my dolls on a ledge anytime soon. I have learned my lesson, but I'm not afraid to put them in on a wall, on a low wall or something, or in a tree. I would just make sure that there is someone beside there to catch them when they fall. That's usually what I do. Or just make sure that they sit down so they can't fall over or stuff like that. But yeah, I do put my dolls in some dangerous situations every now and then, just so I can get the perfect shot. Guilty as charged. Oh yeah, hell yeah. The last question of today is, never have I ever reshelled a doll because I found a perfect sculpt. I have never really reshelled a doll because I already found a new perfect sculpt. Oh wait, no, I did that one time. Yeah. That I got a doll in, and I bought that doll initially to become another character. And then I got it in and I was like, yeah, you're not working for that character that I initially bought you for, but you would be a perfect... I'm not sure which character that was anymore. It was a long time ago. I really can't remember. But I believe that happened once. But most of the time when I reshell a doll, it is because the current sculpt just isn't working for me anymore. And then I sell that doll and then I go on the lookout for a new sculpt. But yeah, I believe it happened once that I got a doll in and it didn't work for the character that I bought it for. So I ended up thinking like, oh my god, you're so much more like that character in my head than the current shell I have for that, and that I ended up making him that character. So I believe it happened once, but I have had so many dolls that I can't keep up anymore. I'm kind of guilty to sometimes being like a revolving door. Sometimes just a little bit. But yeah, most of that has mostly to do with the fact that over the past year and a half, 2 years, my taste in dolls just has changed so incredibly much that all my old dolls, except for one or two, they just didn't work for me anymore. They were too childish or childlike, and I had outgrown their character. So yeah, that's why I sold a lot of dolls and have been somewhat of a revolving door, just trying to figure out what my style is, what my taste is like at this moment, and I have now figured that out. So, I mean, it has become a little less, be it the fact that I sometimes have to adult, which I hate. I hate to adult, but it sometimes happens. But, yeah, like I said, that just happened only once, I believe. That I ever reshelled a doll just because I found a better sculpt. Yeah. Usually it is, I sell a doll and then I go on a lookout for a new shell that will fit. That's 9 out of 10, 99% of the time that's the case. So those were all the questions for today. And I see this video is really long. I am sorry about that, but I had a lot of fun answering all these questions. And I hope you liked listening to me answering all these questions, getting to know a little bit more about me and my dolls, maybe a little bit, just a little bit. So, yeah, like I said, go and have a look in the description box below. And there are links to the original video by Nerdydollgirl. Go and have a look. Do it now. You guys know the drill by now. If you like this video, if you like what I'm doing, then please like, subscribe, comment, click on the notification bell. You guys are freaking awesome. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all have a very lovely day today, and I hope to see you in one of my next videos. Bye-bye!